Morning everybody, Rusty from the Rusty Razor, got another shave day, and today we're going to be using Naked and Smooth from Stirling. Yep, no scent, just nice clear base of their soap, which means you can add what you want to. And I added some Avon Wild Country. Yes. For those of you that are out there that enjoy your Avon Wild Country, because you tried it, hey, you know what I'm talking about. It's like Panade Clubman on steroids. All right, so we're going to be using the second use of the Wizamet blades. It's like Justin the Red Allen shaver got me hooked on these things. And then we're going to be using the Krisp razor. All right, so there you go. All right. How's your day going? I'd say mine's doing good, except for one minor problem. Well, it's not really minor, but right above my my surgery work was done, about an inch above it, I've been having back spasms going upward. It's like something is pinching or something. And you sit there and going, life sucks. But what can you do? You just drive on. All right, so it smells good. A little bit of aromatherapy maybe today. Yeah, it's like you take this base, lather it up, and then after you get it to where you want, add a little bit of scent to it, lather it up some more, and it smells just like Avon Wild Country. So if you have a lot of aftershaves or colognes and stuff that you like, I say is, you don't have to. It's like, just get yourself some base, like Naked and Smooth, and then make your own. And it's like, after, I don't know how many years of searching, trying to find something that would fit the bill for, it's like I was searching around. It's like, anybody make Stetson? And that's what got me onto the Naked and Smooth, is seeing someone else adding their own. It's like, wait a minute. Brilliant. So ever since then, I've been hooked on this stuff. You don't see it as on off camera. I do shave a bit more with other scents. So. Alrighty. So, what in the last week is new? Actually, I forgot to mention the other day. I was talking about, I think, the weather for the most part. We had space weather. Yeah, that's a nice thing we had going on. I don't know how many of you got to go out and see the northern lights that are in southern continental United States. I'll put some pictures at the end of this thing, the ones I took. I haven't seen the northern lights this strong since the 70s. And one of the channels I watch is Tamitha Scove. She's on YouTube. Space Weather Woman. And her channel is dedicated to observing the sun and space weather, which, you know, it is weather from the sun. And after going through 11 years, the sun goes on an 11-year cycle. It goes up and it goes down. It's like watching if you ever looked at a sine wave, you got the highs and lows, the wave cycle. Our sun does that on an 11-year cycle. It's like, it's like breathing type of thing. I'm gonna relax. You know, it's like ups and downs. Well, we just come out of a 11-year cycle where we had our lowest solar minimum ever recorded, where you heard of sunspots and that kind of stuff, which is a good indicator of how much solar activity you have. And from, then you have coronal mass ejections, which kick out from the sun. When it's being active, you'll get these ejections coming off. Well, in the last 11 years or so, I guess about 13 years ago, we went into our low cycle. After coming out of a low maximum. So basically the 22, 24 previous years were like very low solar activity, which did have an effect on our planet, is that the main driver of heat in this planet is the sun. And what they hate to acknowledge is that, but scientists do know this, is that after having that long a period of low, it actually cooled the planet to a certain extent. But then you add in all the other fun stuff, like we're coming out of an ice age, which is warming things up due to the fact that, it's like a acceleration type of thing. Things are warming up, so as it warms up, like in the northern hemisphere, like you look in Canada and Alaska and stuff, as it warms up, things start thawing out, and then all the plant material starts releasing more methane and carbon and all that, as they start degrading down. So, and the same thing goes across like Russia, the Siberia, that type of thing area. So it starts releasing more carbon into the atmosphere as a result of coming out of our ice age. Humans have some, we're just a small percentage of the, like 3% of all emissions that come out of the carbon cycle are due to the human population in the last about 50 years. Because population is like, I think when I was born, there was only like 2.5 billion people on the planet. Now we're up to over 8. And you got all these developing countries like China and India and such places. They're starting to, what am I doing? Let's go sideways. Increasing their production of, it's like the number of coal-fired plants that China builds just is phenomenal. How much material they're pumping into the atmosphere so they can fuel their economy. They're building everything, making everything for the planet now. It's like everything's done in China, and they have zero regulatory emission. But it's always the West's fault, Okay, all right. We're the ones that have all the regulations preventing all this stuff, but they don't. But we've sort of gotten a sidetrack here. Talking about space weather. All right, so we are now moving into a maximum, solar maximum. And it is looking to be similar to what we had in the 70s, with that cycle. And I just look at it and go, wow. Because I remember we had a pretty close, would have been a very good event that hit us in, I think it was 76 or 77. I think it was 76. When I was a kid. It was so bright that I could take, I was reading and I was like, looked out my window and I was like, hey, that's the Northern Lights, I can see. So I called, say, hey, the Northern Lights are out. And we all went outside. And it was just like having a low dim light bulb on. We were sitting out in the backyard looking north, and it was like straight up into the south of us. You could see the Northern Lights were to the south of us. And we're like, wow. And you're just watching everything just like shimmering and all the different colors and everything. My dad went inside and got the video camera, film camera, and he filmed some of it. Ooh, ow. Cut my shoulder. And I went and got a book, and I could literally read. I didn't catch my mole or my skin tag. I could read. That's how bright it was. And Friday night and Saturday morning, we had when the major event happened where it hit us here. And I was taking pictures of it. And I was like, I looked behind me and I was like, oh yeah, there's see Scorpio is on the southern horizon coming up, and it was around midnight, I think it was at the time, and I flipped the old camera around and started taking pictures, and I started looking at, because my camera, I got a Canon T5i, and I took a couple pictures, and I looked and I was like, why is that red? And you could tell that the red portion of is like at an angle to the southern horizon. You could see in the pictures how much red was in the south. And then come to find out, people down in like Texas were able to see the Northern Lights perfectly, filling up like up high. And that's how far south it was. We're talking the whole northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere were lit up like a Christmas tree. And if you ever get a chance, look up the Carrington effect or event. I think it was 1858, I think I talked about this before. And when it hit, they never needed, the telegraph wires were on fire. That's how strong this, because we got directly hit by one of these solar storms, coronal mass ejections. It just lit up the planet. And people down as far, in southern Florida area and in Mexico, I guess, could see the Northern Lights from the northern hemisphere. It was like strong as heck. And we got, basically this was a glance. We came close to getting hit, direct hit, but it was more of a glancing blow to us. And if it would have hit us, as strong as it was, if it hit us directly, we could have had similar effect as the Carrington event of 1858, which means that everything that was electronic, all like your computers, your cars, you name it, anything that uses chips and stuff would have been just burned out. The entire world would have been sitting there going, oh my God. Be like the equivalent of getting hit with an EMP. Been fires everywhere. Just think of all the wires in your house getting lit up and supercharged with ions and possibly catching the house on fire. All your electronics burning up, cars toast. Civilization as we know it would have been toast, literally. Could have been a bad day at the office. That's really bleeding good. And Krisp razor's fairly mild. It's a little more aggressive than the Kingsley Gillette, but still. But I guess it was time to shave off the skin tag. What happened? I think I caught it and just sliced right the top right off of it. So we're moving into more of a solar maximum that we haven't seen in 40 years, 40 something years. So if you missed the Northern Lights, if you've never seen them, you might have a great opportunity here in the next few years to get to see these. And then also my ham reel operator, and like 6 meter and 10 meter really works good when you got a solar maximum. Lights up the atmosphere so you get some good reception around the world. People were happy. Like, communication was going crazy. Well, we're looking at some interesting few years ahead of us for the next about 9, not 9, but probably 6 or 7 years before it starts cooling down again. It's like we're like a roller coaster going up to the top of the roller coaster. As you get up to the top, and then you go down to the trough again, and then we'll go back up, and we go back down. And that happens every 11 years. Oof. Like, ugh. Not a good deal. Like suddenly breakfast is not agreeing with it. You ever have that where you're sitting there after eating something and you're like, ooh. Which is compounded by the fact, that Ozempic does that to me too. Yeah, it didn't really plan out too well either. Oh, there's an affiliate link down below to the razor company. So if you need anything from the razor company, click on it and we're getting closer. We're at, I think we just hit 470, so we're at 30 away from hitting the 500. So at the rate I'm slowly climbing, probably at this rate, August or September. So we'll see, and then we'll do a giveaway. So we'll figure this out. All right. Oh no. Better get that off. Got a little bit of blood on the towel. The wife see that, she'd be like, ew, you got blood on my towels. Who does the laundry? I do. Yeah. Alright, let's put a little bit of Avon Wild Country on. Let's get her done. Oh, it smells so good. I love this stuff. Every time I smell this, I think of my grandfather. He used this stuff all the time. Right here, just where I got the slice that skin tag off. Talked to my doctor about it, and he says, well, other than cutting it off and it comes back, or burning it off, with a chemical, like every time you shave, and it's because I tell him, it bothered me when I shave the head off. And he says, you're basically doing the one thing you can do is just keep shaving off. Boy, that is bleeding good. So, there we go. A little bit of lotion on the face. Yeah, we're doing good. All right. So, today's shave was brought to you by Stirling's Naked and Smooth. All right, there you go. Love it. Excellent stuff. And then we had the, let's get this right. There we go. We got the Wizamet Iridium Blades. I think they're stainless steel Iridium Blades. They do a good job. Second use with the Krisp razor. So, there you go. That's Shave Day, everybody. As I slowly bleed to death here. Alright, so that's Shave Day, everybody. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.